It is me, Shark here. I am here today for another episode of BA on Materia today. Okay, we're not doing Criterion Dungeons today. We'll be doing BA today. And we are running on Materia. Okay, we're doing a BA today on Materia from 8 p.m. plus 11 GMT onwards. As you can see, it is 10 minutes till 8 p.m. Okay, for me, my time is 5 p.m. plus 8 GMT. So it's 10 minutes more till 5 p.m. We will be waiting for the next of me to appear before we go get into BA today. Okay, we are in zone right now, and there are about 43 players. I have my stabs today because I'm expecting to get in, simply because I will be raid leading for today's BA session. Yeah, I will be so for today's BA session, what it's gonna be like. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with how things are run here. Oh, it's Pi. Give me a second.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah, so for those who are not familiar with how we run things, what usually happens is that for the folk on Materia, usually
Hello.
they just do park runs, which is basically you show up to BA, no, show up to Hydatos, and you just secure a portal and get in. So there's no sign-ups in the process at all. There are
Hello.
runs. Okay, there have been runs where what the heck? Okay, there have been runs where you okay, depending on the host. Okay, there are runs where you are required to sign up for the BA, but over here on Materia, majority of hosts do not require signups. So in other words, they are what we call pug runs, or pickup group runs, FFA runs. Anyone just shows up and joins, and if you get in, you're in. If you don't get in, that's too bad. Try your luck next time. So this is generally how things are being done on Materia. Having said this, it's no different today. So today, what's going to happen is that we're just going to hop in to BA and just run through the raid itself as per normal. Okay, I do have to check to see if I actually have enough preparation stuff for the run. So I'm gonna just ensure that I have my prep work done. Generally I should be fine, generally speaking. I am running on martial list though. Let's see what else I need. I think not enough cure tools for making more cure trees. Although there's a different permutation which involves ordained and cure, but ordained is likewise quite expensive. In any case, I will simply appraise more actions. Yes, more martialist, please. And more, I guess Aether Weaver helps, and Blade Bearer too. Protects as well, but protects aren't from conceptuals, they're from fundamentals, which I still have some, or initials. Okay. Right, I'm gonna just hop into the VC as well, see what the other guys are up to. Hello. Test.
Yep.
A success.
Yeah.
No, it failed.
Only Fovotos will fail the listening test. Yeah, that's right.
Does Shark even have ears?
I mean, I'm the one I'm the one speaking, not the one listening, so it's irrelevant. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, you reglammed from yesterday.
Yeah, don't want to look the same as the primal Ifrit, because the
Special occasion.
I mean not really, but the Ifrit glam is a bit funny. It looks a bit weird, so I decided not to keep it.
That's fair.
Let's see. Oh, my inventory is full of stuff.
I actually don't know when OVNI's due.
XX13.
Oh, 13.
For the record, that's not my math, so yes. Most likely correct.
Is it most likely correct because it's not your math?
Exactly.
I see.
Who is hosting tomorrow's BA, by the way? Is it just back to Fruit and Leona?
Here
No.
we see Shark did not read the message yet again.
It's Eric and B7 tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, V7. Okay, nice. I will probably try to attend as well. So I'll just.
Oh, I see. He said that after he figured out who was hosting.
Yeah. I must make sure that someone's got it. If not later I say, oh, I think I'll be joining tomorrow. And then it's like, oh, so do you want to?
I thought it's like, it's if it's Fruit and Aeona again, then I shouldn't turn up because it always goes.
Nah, clearly, no, it's not. Like usually, I don't mind joining not, how do I say this? Even if the run goes sideways, right? I think it's perfectly fine. Like,
I think those are better. Not for these kinds of runs, but like, yeah, if everyone goes in and it's like a casual run, I actually like the slightly spicy ones.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if every single run was perfectly smooth, right, then it would get a little bit dull after a while. So a little bit of spice makes things interesting. So I don't really mind those types of runs.
Well, just join my run then. My runs are all.
But your
Is
runs
it?
are like super duper late, midnight runs or something, right?
It goes into midnight, yes, but I think for Materia it's nearing good morning.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I understand. On JPDC lah, JPDC
yeah.
midnight runs we'll see lah, we'll see. Most of the time, by the time it's like it's bedtime already. Or if not, then it's just shooting bug time.
It's
I mean,
okay.
the democracy.
Yeah, you can just be frank and say that you don't want to join my BA. It's fine.
I can't.
Not specifically your VA, to be honest. It's not specifically your VA. I don't join any of the other VAs too.
The op team is perfectly fine, guys. We are all friends.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. What happening? First thing I hear is fruit laughing.
Well, if I'll tell you the message that was said before. It's we are all
Oh.
friends. Yeah. And then
Well,
I
I
laughed
won't
in
refute
response
that.
to
I
that.
will accept that.
It's clearly suspicious.
You're
It's
safe from
just-
a +1 for now.
It's just the usual Popoto abuse going on.
Hey, you can't
It's
just
I mean, you're
normal.
talking to Shark, so I can.
Exactly. Like, what do we expect? You know.
see.
More like.
It is 74. Okay, well, not too bad.
We're running out of time to say that we can fill a Hiatus instance on our own without cross DC travel.
I see. But I mean, is that really?
It'd be nice to say that.
Even if you do fill one instance, right, and the second instance won't have enough players to do anything. Right?
No, definitely not.
So it doesn't matter too much. I'd rather just have enough players.
It would have been nice if we filled on the NM trains, but we didn't quite get there.
It's still more people that I've ever seen though. So well.
Definitely more people. This is easily double what's normally in here, and more realistically, it's triple the like casual run numbers.
Two more days left. Today, tomorrow, and next week is the
Yeah, our Monday, is that when it's gonna?
Monday is the DC opening, right? The
Yeah.
gates, they open.
Yeah.
But is it our Monday or like?
It's a Tuesday
Is it Tuesday?
for our Tuesday. Yeah,
Our
because
Tuesday.
if it's a Tuesday for me, it's definitely a Tuesday for you guys.
Isn't it Monday?
Right.
Monday on paper, Tuesday in time zone.
No. Isn't it Sunday? Okay, let me just double check. Easiest.
It's 25th, right?
March 24th is 25th for us, what? So Monday lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Cool.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
As in, I already
Cool.
converted the
Yeah.
accounted for the time zones. So the maintenance on 24th, and which is Sunday, and I guess it will open on Monday, so 25th.
What a weird wait. It's so weird to have a maintenance not on maintenance day.
I mean, it's not
Right.
actual maintenance. It's not maintenance. It's they flick the switch on Monday, I guess.
Hmm.
We already had the maintenance.
Yeah. The maintenance has already been done. So all
Yep.
they need to do is just turn it on, and it will open up the gates, so to speak. You open up the gates on
Mhm.
the designated time on Monday. Let's see what it is. March 24th 8 p.m. PDT is
8 a.m., 10 a.m.
no, it's 2 p.m. on Monday lah. So 2 p.m. on Monday plus 11 GMT. So it'll be 2 p.m. on Monday for you.
Oh,
for you.
right. For yeah, right. I was being selfish and converting to my time zone.
2 p.m. on Monday. So have you heard of any other events going on with regards to Materia opening up?
I've heard there's a DRS run. I've also heard there is a Alliance raid run.
Oh yeah, there's an Alliance raid run, and
Yeah, they advertise on main chat.
PvP also, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yep,
PvP is
PvP
also
also.
running. Yeah,
So quite a few things.
gonna be crowded. Good luck, guys. Hope you guys can log in.
I mean, if there's any, if there's any place that you can log in.
I'm gonna.
I mean,
yeah.
at the worst times, my queue to Sophia is like 5. So
Well, I logged into Bismarck today and 13. Then I think like
I was gonna
I should
say
take
I've
care of
actually
it.
seen like 16 in queue for Bismarck before, and I'm like, what are you talking about? There aren't 16 people here. Who are the why are all these people in my
Bots?
house?
bots?
Let's see.
The bots aren't normally Bismarck though. The bots are normally Zervan. It's the bots I've seen.
Let's see.
I wonder if there's going to be an influx of more bots since this will be a like common ground for
That's true.
DCs now.
That's true.
We'll see.
I mean, the bots are everywhere, lah. The bots are everywhere. They are
Yeah.
over on Elemental.
Yeah.
Although
No, for sure.
they've been.
But we don't have as many gatherer bots on Materia at the moment because there's no market.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So I wonder if that will tick up again when
Now that
when
Materia's
it.
open to everyone, right?
Yeah, so like it's more efficient if your bots are just here and then you can like list and sell here immediately.
Yeah, you can sell to everyone. Anyone can travel.
Yeah.
Buy, yeah. So it might cause
So-
a uptick in bots. And
Yeah. Maybe that's Square Enix's grand plan. Like, oh, look at how many people are subscribed and playing on Materia, and like artificially bumping the numbers up with bots by making it appealing.
yeah, it's very very sus. It's a very sus thing. On the one hand, right, like bots pay subscription too.
Yeah. Those that aren't just doing the ads and stuff, the
Yeah.
ones that are like high level to do high level gathering, they're paid subs, right? So
yeah, exactly. They pay subscription too. So Square Enix actually gets a cut, but they'll never admit that. Well, the good news is, come Monday, I can join you guys for BA with my main, so I don't have to use my alt anymore, so I can change classes.
Aren't you afraid that you can't go back?
I mean, depends lah.
yeah, you wouldn't do it on Monday.
You can
itself.
always
Yeah.
just test it on an alt and see how that goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Send like a non-main alt from.
That's what
You know,
everyone's
if they
been
get
saying.
stuck in Narnia, it doesn't matter because they
Yeah.
don't matter.
And then if people need like FedExes, right, y'all can ask. I mean, I guess I can help also lah. If y'all need like stuff to be brought over from other. I mean, I can only help with Elemental and the JPDC, but if y'all need things, right, y'all can
Use the
on-
new
on-
trading channel.
online shipping online shopping. You can online shopping in the Discord and ask for like, okay, can you like bring in these particular things because we're running out of it on Materia, and just purchase from overseas purchase from other data centers. I mean, not just for I mean, I can only help for Elemental and JPDC, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other players from over the world who will be thinking the same thing. Like there's a market here and
I
they
mean,
might want to sell.
someone's already posted in the trading.
Mm,
There is already a post. Cool.
So it's a great place to sell things here because you get shoppers from everywhere, right? There's like
Yeah.
people can just come here and buy things, but for that to happen, you need supplies, you need stocks of stuff, so that might be the issue also. But we'll see.
As well, like there are some materia people who have grandfathered their fortunes over when they like transferred their mains, and will have had nothing to buy basically.
Mm. But it's mainly for people selling things, because the voyagers, I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna tag the new easy travelers. The voyagers, right, will only be able to purchase things, not sell things, unless they have alts here as well.
We can trade, most likely.
Yeah, you can do direct selling, right? Like a lot of people.
That's
I mean,
where the trading channels get used.
and also the oldest of the old school tradings is putting Party Finder up and saying selling this,
I guess
right?
that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah, you can come and
That,
sell
that is
PF.
that is the most classic way of selling things outside of the market board. Is just Party Finder, like, yeah.
Yeah, old school MMO style. I understand.
Yeah, like
Just put up
memories
the
of walking through Payon and seeing like all of the people in Ragnarok they're selling stuff.
yeah.
And the default go-to system in 1.0 with the original market system.
Oh my gosh! I don't know I don't know how many of you guys know what the original market system is.
I don't.
It's,
I started in
it's,
6.
it's literally a zone, right, with all the retainers standing around. Then you just go talk to them, and then you can just see what they're selling.
There's no search feature. You
Yeah.
have to know what you're looking for.
That's
and
very
you have to
Ragnarok.
hope they have it.
Yeah.
I just click through all the retainers and then try to find the thing you want to buy.
Literally browse the markets of lots of ghostly people standing there, which are rendered as player characters, by the way. So you move a little bit and other ones spawn in.
Yeah.
It's almost jellyfish time. This again.
Who have steps?
Oh shit, yeah.
No, I actually have quite enough resources to make steps on this character, because I didn't make all the weapons, so I have a lot of pistols.
I can hear the enough because the enough is now like qualified to last until Monday.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. That's all I need.
Because once you get to Monday, it's like
Yeah.
doesn't matter as much anymore.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So does anyone have Dispel?
I brought one. I didn't think it would be needed after what happened in the previous one, because this is the pattern, right? If there's none in one, the next one will have like 10.
People overcompensate for the.
Yeah, we will
For the
like
accident.
compensate, not overcompensate. Yeah.
They.
People learn, right?
Yeah, they over prepare for the previous incident.
Of me.
Obni. I will post in minutes.
I have just enough steps for today and tomorrow.
So that's all of 2.
How many people in instance?
I can math.
You know.
81. Omnipol time 10?
Sure, why not?
The silence is deafening.
So if people need more time, we can just like shout or like
True.
yeah, just shout. But 10 is like 4 minutes, so more enough time. So what's this about the DRS being run here? Any news?
Isn't that the meme?
Is it that one?
No,
Is,
no.
is that what Tatsu's referring to?
Was it a
There's an
different one?
actual,
No.
different-
The other one, the actual one.
an actual one.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
held by another Discord. So let me just go through.
Oh, is it the Lego one? Lego.
Yes,
oh,
Lego
what's his name?
Steppers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The one on the 30th or 29th?
Haha, I don't know.
Can't remember lah. But basically, it's like the first weekend of. The first weekend after the server opens.
But I think there's like a whole sign up thing, and I didn't
Yeah,
just.
it's a
go.
sign up lah.
Yeah.
It's by sodium chloride or something, right? And ACL.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
How do I pronounce that name? Sodium chloride.
It's interesting lah. Not too surprised.
It's also nice content to like plan for because like it can be fully planned for, you know, like you can just have 48 people and then as long as they turn up, you just queue in with 48 people.
But we'll see lah. We'll see how the. There's a couple of things to note first, like whether servers stable or not, world travel is viable. Let's say if you travel over and if you get stuck, then people might not want to travel over anymore. So they have to fix that first as well.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be done with it because I don't see a world where there isn't a hiccup on the first day, right?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
hopefully within the first week they get it all sorted out.
It'll be like that week they tried to introduce the region cross-world travel and then
Yeah.
people were stuck.
They're just stuck outside of their walls, which is bad.
Yeah,
They just
cannot go home.
cannot go
That
back
is
up.
so funny. Yeah.
So generally, it's like best not to plan things on the first few days.
Day one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally they
Yeah.
just wait till the slightly later.
I think most things are being planned for the weekend anyway, right?
Mm,
So
Makes sense. Yeah.
I think SE knows.
I mean it's
this.
Easter weekend as well, so
SE knows this. They intentionally open it up on the weekdays so that there's
Yeah.
time for them to fix it before everyone.
yeah. And they planned it really well for the long weekend as well.
Yep.
Public holiday.
They also give themselves a small buffer from the weekly reset as well.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that like will matter in some cases, but I can imagine, right? Like you always have an idea of like, oh, these are like the milestones in the week of like important days, and yeah, it's telling that it's not on the weekly reset day.
40 seconds.
We are starting.
What's the plan? We'll just bloat buff the fluorescence off of him.
Does that actually work?
Of course it does.
It still shows up. It pushes something aside.
It pushes,
and then
it pushes off one of ours.
It
But
just
it'd be so
forcefully
funny.
applies itself.
Yeah, it'd be so
no matter
funny if
what.
it did do that though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know that it used to be a thing even in when Eureka and DA first came out, right, self buff bloat was a strategy to prevent yourself from getting doomed when you use sacrifice.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, when there were a lot more buffs in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So people
Please
used
help
to-
erase the dead players before you move off.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not hurrying to be anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't need an elemental
It's
buff.
true. Alright, I guess I'm stabbing. But yeah,
Yeah, you have to guarantee you get it.
I will step. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there used to be a bunch of extra buffs that SE removed from the game ever since they found out that someone snitched. No, ever since that they found out that people were abusing it, were cheesing the buff bloat to stop themselves from getting doomed when using sacrifice L. So a
Yeah.
bunch of buffs were removed. It's like the Trader's Favor and all the Gatherer's Favors were removed. So instead of 6 it became 1. But those are irrelevant now. No one uses them.
Maybe just brief explanations for everyone who is planning to join the BA. There is only 48 portals that is outside, and there is about 76 of us, so there's almost double the amount. There is bound to be someone that may compete with you for the portal, so just note that the portal doesn't belong to anyone. If you have a stabilizer, you can just step in even if someone is standing there. If there is any red portals that is left behind, they will reshuffle into any of the portal spot. So just hope for a good luck, I guess, if you don't have a stabilizer, and if you have a step, if you want to really get in, you can just step in.
Yeah, and that being said as well, if you don't manage to get in via this initial set of portals, midway through the run, there will be another opportunity, but that's only 8 portals. So you can stick around with the hope that you might get in then. But chances are you will need a stab for that as well. So, yeah, be prepared.
You might be able to speedrun a stab in the time it takes us to get to support. Yeah, depending on how much resources you have.
The risk is if the instance closes or anything like that, then yeah. So, yeah.
Having said all that, there will be more BA runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the other side to that is, if you don't make it today, you might make it on a less contested time for the next 2 days before. I don't think that we'll get too
generally, for the most part, outside of the anniversary events, the regular BA runs that happen, like during the weekdays and stuff, we haven't really seen Portal Wars because we don't generally hit all 48 in most time slots. So yeah, you're welcome to try then as well. Like, we just ask that during this time, because it is exceptionally busy, that don't get salty if your portals get taken. There will always be more BA. I know it sucks. We can't help that, but there will always be more BA.
I mean, it's a how do I say this? It's first world problem. It's a first world problem. It's better to have too many people doing the content than it is to have not enough people doing the content, because at least people are still doing the content, so you'll eventually get a chance. But if no one's doing the content, you're not gonna get any chances because no one's doing the content. Yeah, with world travel, I think it will definitely, I mean, it won't be less, it will definitely be more. Whether it's a little bit more or a lot more remains to be seen, but it's generally a good thing to have more people joining us to do not just BA but just Eureka content in general.
I think that's 27 of the 48 portals already taken.
Nice.
Oh, and another.
I mean,
don't worry, we can see how many portals were stabbed.
Yeah.
So. because all the people with purple swords right now are all established.
Yeah, that's true. We can actually, I mean, looking at the party adventurer list, you can see who's in
Yeah.
BA early. So these will obviously be people who have stabbed. But yeah, once again, it's simply because this is during the event timing, so it is actually expected to see a higher amount of player participation and likewise stabbing, portal stabbing occurs.
I'm so curious. Like, I expect that we'll have slightly increased traffic after the gates settle, even like compared to like normal. But I do wonder how much more, if like we're going to likely see full BAs from then or not. Because like I've done BA on and off for about over a year, and outside of this event, I've only seen like a full 48 man once, and it was one of your learning runs.
Most of the learning runs also don't. Do the learning runs get full 48?
I think it's probably
There was one. There was one learning
early.
run that was like a 56 in instance.
I know the one
Before, like, yeah.
that Sarah Jane came along, that one was full, but I don't remember if there's any others.
There was definitely one other one that I happened to be there for.
There's probably a couple.
Yeah, like it does happen, but it has been rare, so. I guess I typed that in chat, but I'll also say this in voice. Please, like, we often just jump off and do stuff, but please wait until everyone is in because we may need to reshuffle parties, etc., etc. Once you jump off, you are committed to a twin side until we beat the twins and meet up again after. I guess I can hit this macro and then play it again after as well. Yeah.
Okay, in any case, I'm just gonna start off with we're still waiting for some players to get in. I think not all the portals are taken yet.
One remains.
So last one. Good luck.
That's cool.
So for everyone else who's in here, welcome. We are gonna kick off our BA run. Now, what happens at the start here for the new players is that do understand that the way we are running most, if not all, BAs is that over here on MATERIA we have a FFA or PUG styled format where we don't actually organize things before the run itself, but we organize things during the run. So hence it might take slightly longer, but it's also a bit more flexible. You will notice that there will be some players, okay, in this case I think Eric and Fruit as well, plus BBD might help out a little bit here and there. Okay, they will be helping out with the organization of parties and players. Okay, and at the very start here, what we'll be doing is that we'll be splitting our main alliance into two groups. Okay, East and West teams, which are respectively the. Okay, let me just make sure this is correct. East is Owain side, and the West team is Art side. Okay, but I usually remember this by the Logos Manipulator side is Art, the Mega Melder side is Owain. Okay, so we generally will split our alliance into two groups. Party leaders usually will help with this by yelling out a side along with their party comps. So you may see things like, for example, Ivy Irisborn yelling out 1, 2, 5 Owain MT. This means that Ivy will be is in a party of 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS, and they are going to the Owain side. MT just signifies that their party has a main tank who will be tanking Owain. Okay, so Art as well. Yukiko's party 3-1-4 Art MT plus Perception L. So 3 tanks, 1 healer, 4 DPS going to Art side. They are main tanking. Okay, actually that's my party, so my party is main tanking, and we also have Perception L. Okay, for both sides, Art and Owain, ideally we would prefer to have at least one player with Perception to cover the traps that will be found along the way. Okay, this happens after the first pair of bosses, and we'll need players to scan for the traps. Okay, but otherwise, usually This will be handled in the Yell chat or the Say chat. And thanks very much, organizers, for helping out as well. Okay, I will be your raid lead for today, so do bear with me as I explain certain things. Okay, I'm kind of well known for going on long expositions, but I will try to keep things brief for today's session, seeing that this is not an actual learning run, so I'm not going to like explain all those things. Okay, but I will try to keep try to mention important key points with regards to the run itself. Okay, this is primarily for the benefit of new players who are here for the first time. But other than that, feel free to just chill. If you are not new or you are a veteran, you've been here for a while, okay, you will hear us sometimes bantering and chatting along the way. Okay, it's perfectly fine. Okay, except maybe like during boss fights, I will try to be focused more on doing callouts during those times. But other than that, take it easy. BA is not that tough. It's not that bad. A bit stressful for first timers, but otherwise, difficulty-wise, is not that bad. Okay, other than that, once the parties have been sorted, do note that for BA, the mobs in here are level 65, and I think that's only 65. Yeah,
There are 66s as
yeah,
well,
slightly
some
higher, right?
here
Yeah,
and there.
65 and
Yeah.
higher. So, do understand that you are not supposed to be pulling mobs ahead of the tank. Okay, always let the tanks establish enmity first. If you are not a tank, you are not on defensive, and you're not shielded or geared, you will very likely get 1 to 2 shotted. Okay, mobs hit really, really hard in here because they are essentially 5 levels above you or more. So try to avoid pulling enmity of the tank. Okay, other than that, I think we're just waiting to see if all the parties are sorted and we can.
Yeah, we're getting folks into parties wherever we can. I'm curious if Dante is doing a no party, which is fine. I just want to know. I also would love to get more people calling out sides.
So Dante still doesn't have a party.
Yeah,
There's only 6
Dante doesn't
party
want a
leaders.
party.
Doesn't want
Oh, you
to.
don't? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. I just want then people. Yeah, okay, cool. So perfect. Another one on Owain. Radovan on Owain as well. Okay. That's too many on Owain now.
No, Yukiko called
Radovan,
earlier.
can your...
Oh.
Sorry?
Did they move?
No, Dante called MT before Yukiko called MT. So Yukiko said Dante can have MT, and that's fine. I will actually type this out in chat.
Mm.
Your party go parts. Cool. I think there's still one party technically that hasn't called. Yep. If you can just go art, then I think we're equally balanced across both sides now. I don't know if I missed someone calling for Percept on Owain, but it's not a big deal if there isn't one, because they can wait and we can run someone over, and that should be fine. With that said, I'm going to make a couple last-minute trays. But yes, that seems balanced. So as long as those parties are basically full, then we're good. Make sure you identify the correct side to jump down, and then you may begin working through the hallway towards the twins.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fruit. Okay, so we've gotten the sides sorted. Once do a last ready check. Do note that once we hop off this initial starting platform, we will not be able to return back here. So you need to get all your logograms in order as well as your media set properly. Okay, do a ready check parties. Once your party is ready, you may now proceed and go ahead, start to dispatch the mobs in the hallways. Tanks just healers just keep the tank alive. Other players just be extremely careful about pulling aggro off loose mobs. If there are any spare tanks who is not the main tank, but you are geared or you are a veteran, you know what you're doing, do help keep an eye out for accidental pulls and just step in if you know, let's say someone pulls a mob by accident, and or if the main tank pulls too many mobs, either by accident or if they're forced to because someone else pulled something, and help to alleviate the load of the main tank as well. Now other than that, the initial starting trash mobs, nothing really special about them, but do note that up at the very top of the stairs there are two Biblos mobs. Okay, they are essentially attenders, which will do a very nasty frontal cleave attack as well as a rear tail swipe attack. Now these come out with either no telegraph or a very short telegraph, so you do not want to be standing in front of or behind of them. Also note that you should not be standing with the main tank. Sometimes they get stunned, and after the stun they turn towards the main tank and cleave the main tank instantly, so keep an eye out for these attacks. Now once the alliances have reached the or dispatched the mobs on their respective hallways, they will arrive at the first boss, or the first pair of bosses, the twins. You may notice that Neon Cat has shouted out Owain 100%. This signifies that the Owain side has arrived. Okay, yeah, watch out for that cleave, guys. So the Owain side has arrived, and we are waiting for the art side to arrive as well. Now, in the interest of time, I will begin explanations for Owain first. So for those of you who are on the Owain side, I'll do some brief explanations first. Now for Owain, it's really simple. He will summon spears, and the spears will be an element, either fire or ice. Owain itself will be either fire or ice. You need to go to the opposite element spear. If the fight drags on long enough, you will see triangle Dorito markers that appear above randomly selected players' heads. Those players need to stack on each other, except for the two players with an AoE puddle on their feet. Those need to be pulled away and not intersect with anyone else. Okay, other than that, they're just basic red whites, tank busters. Nothing special. If we do see hands, it means we messed up somewhere along the way already. So generally speaking, in a full 40 alliance, we shouldn't see hands. Now, so that's Owain mechanics. Anyone on Owain's side, by the way, who is able to do short calls for Owain?
I can.
Thank you. Fruit will be doing short calls for Owain, so if you ever hear Fruit saying something or doing a call, do understand it is for the Owain side.
I will do my best to preface it with Owain,
Yep.
and then like Owain Raid White, something like that.
Yep. So me as well, I will be doing short calls for Art, and I will be doing the same thing. Now, Art mechanics. Art is also relatively simple, but it is the trickier of the two. Art will be doing either a point blank AoE or a donut AoE, and there'll be 4 spears around the edge of the arena. These spears will also do the same AoE that Art does immediately after. So if he does a donut, you need to go in and then run out to any of the 4 spears. If he does a point blank, you need to run out and then afterwards run into the center to avoid the point blank coming out from the spears. Do note that there are special safe spots near the edges of the arena between 2 spears for the point blank, as well as standing beside a spear for the donut is also safe. Now if you're unsure where these spots are, you can mark me. Okay, I'm on the Art side and I'm doing a wave emote. If you choose to do so, you can mark me to identify where I am. I will be going to these special save spots for the mechanics. Now for Art, if it does legendary gears, the floor will flash and you need to stop moving. Once the floor stops glowing, you can then move to avoid the line AoEs being telegraphed afterwards. And that is the Art mechanics. We will be setting a pull time soon, So let's set it to ET 1030, okay, for the start time, and the main tank will establish enmity at that point of time. If there are any questions or things you want to clarify, quickly do so now. If not, we'll be starting in 30 seconds. Okay, limit break 2 is fired off at 1028. Limit break 1 is fired off at 1029. Range or caster LB only. Okay, and just listen to callouts. Try our best. Okay, we'll be starting soon. LB2, LB1, and let's go. Red, white, and tank busters come first.
Owain raid white. Owain, fire spears are safe.
Okay, Art, look out for the spears. Okay, the safe spot will be either in then out or beside any spear on the outer edge. Okay, beside the spear.
Raid white, Owain.
Art, this will be point blank spears. The safe spots will be either out then in or in between two spears on the outer edge.
Owain, ice spears are safe. Or he dies. That's also good.
Just skipping mechanics. I see.
In 2024.
Warn them for traps at the top of the stairs. Don't run ahead of your preceptors.
You know, just note that if you do accidentally die, there are ways for players to res you in BA. Just do note that your first line of resing should be your own Spirit of the Remembered. Okay, I do see my party has, everyone has it, which is good, means everyone's prepared. Okay, but do understand that in BA, reses, you can't get res normally, so Spirit of the Remembered is your first line of defense. That if that fails, then healers will use Sacrifice L to try to res you. Okay, just a cursory mention, do be appreciative of healers using Sacrifice. They are not free, and it literally kills the healer afterwards. So we are very much appreciative of healers sacrificing themselves to res dead players. Okay, now in this hallway there is a treasure coffer beside the wall. In BA, all treasure coffers are personal. Remember to pick up your own treasure coffer. Okay, and we're going to simply dispatch the mobs in here. Okay, the tank, or the main tank, is carefully pulling one mob at a time, and we are just dispatching the mobs systematically. There are also 4 little bleed traps that you may see. Okay, actually 3 of them now because one of them has been popped, which is fine. And just be careful not to step on those. Now the mobs in this room. Okay, nice, sharp Brenda fell. Okay, the mobs in this room.
No, mine.
Okay, nothing really special about the mobs in this room except for 2 mobs. The centaurs near the end of the hall will use a skill called Berserk. Now Berserk will buff the centaur, making them deal lethal damage attacks afterwards. So we need to interrupt the berserk cast. Unfortunately, they cannot be stunned or silenced. So what usually happens is that a caster, okay, healer or caster, will use sleep or repose when the berserk cast is going on, okay, such as now. Okay, once it has been interrupted, we will then proceed to dispatch the mob normally. Okay, the other mob worth mentioning was actually the doll, but it got instantly killed with Death L. Okay, the doll generally needs to be pointed away from the alliance because it does a massive cleave attack. So we usually point it away from the alliance. Other than that, we are heading onwards towards Raiden, the second boss in the Baldesian arsenal. Now Raiden is a thunder aspected mob, so rotate your mega to the correct element. Okay, earth for offense, thunder for defense. And there's really only two mechanics that you need to look out for Raiden. The first is called is the lateral Zantetsuken. Now this mechanic, what happens is that Raiden will disappear from the arena and all of us will stack in the middle. Raiden will appear on either the east or west sides of the arena and raise his sword to either his left or his right. Puddles will appear below a random set of players, but because we're all stacked in the middle, a large number of puddles will appear below all of us. Move out of the puddles first and then head towards the side in which Raiden's sword is not pointing at. Okay, once again from the top, Raiden disappears. We stack in the middle, look for Raiden on either the east or the west. Raiden raises his sword to either his left or his right. Puddles appear below all of us, move out of the puddles towards the side Raiden's sword is not pointed at. Prioritize getting out of the puddles first, because if you get clipped by the huge number of AoE puddles in the middle, you're gonna die. Afterwards, run towards the safe side. Now if you're unsure which side is safe, just look for everyone else. We are all going to that side. Okay, if you see, pro tip for healers, if you see any of your party members running off to the opposite side, okay, the dangerous side, and they're just running off blindly towards Narnia or something, quickly rescue them over to the correct side after the puddles in the middle have exploded. Okay, try not to rescue them through the puddles, you might just kill them instead, unless that's what you intended to do. Okay, so this is lateral Zantetsuken. Shortly afterwards, Raiden cleaves through the middle of the arena, killing anybody in the middle as well as anybody on the unsafe side. Now, second mechanic is Cloud to Ground. Now, Cloud to Ground happens much later in the fight, and we may actually skip it with good enough DPS, but for the interest of explaining the dangerous mechanics, I will just briefly mention it. Now, Raiden casts Cloud to Ground and a single traveling AoE appears at the edge of the arena. We will stack on where this AoE spawned because that spot is going to be safe. The AoE will start traveling across the arena and Raiden starts casting Bitter Barbs. When the Bitter Barbs cast goes off, a number of things will happen. Random puddles will appear below a number of players. Again, because we're all stacked at that single spot, a large number of puddles appear below all of us. Pop sprint, run around, avoid the puddles, avoid the traveling exaflares or AoEs going across the arena, and if you are tethered to another player with a barbed tether, split that tether by running away from the other player. Okay, after all these mechanics go off, okay, try your best not to die. Don't get hit by AoEs, don't get hit by puddles, split the tether. After all of that happens, finally move into Raiden's hitbox. Raiden casts Whirling Zantetsuken after the Cloud to Ground mechanic. You need to be inside his hitbox to be safe. Okay, be inside Raiden's hitbox. I will be calling these out as well. Okay, Raiden will do Whirling Zantetsuken a number of times in this fight. Okay, just be reminded to step inside of its hitbox. Okay, any of Raiden's sword mechanics will insta-kill players, so try your best to avoid getting hit by them. Okay, other than that, the rest of the mechanics in this fight can be called out. I will be doing simple short calls for them. So we will ready up and start at ET. Okay, ET 1350. Okay, 20 ET from now. Okay, ET 1350. Once again, limit break 2 at 1348. Limit break 1 at 1349. Use ranged or caster limit break because once you pull, the limit break bar drains away. Okay, if there's any questions, feel free to just mention them at this point of time. Do your usual checks: food check, Megabot check, Spirit of the Remembered check, as well as any logos actions check. Okay, and just try our best, listen to callouts, and if we stay cool, everything will be fine. Okay, now LB2 if you have it,
Unlikely.
LB1 and main tank will establish. Now, what usually happens is that the main tank pulls Raiden to the edge of the arena. There will be a raid wide. And the reason for pulling Raiden to the edge is because one of his early mechanics, okay, this is a tank buster, one of his early mechanics known as Ame no Sakahoko will see Raiden jumping backwards and firing a large point-blank AoE at where he is now. Hence the need to pull him to the side of the arena to give us space to avoid the large point-blank being fired. Now ranged and casters can go to max range. Now everyone go max range away from Raiden. He will jump backwards and we need to be inside his hitbox. Now, be inside Raiden's hitbox. This is whirling Sentetsuken. Anyone being hit or being outside the hitbox instantly dies. Now Raiden disappears and will be stacking in the middle, looking for Raiden on the west. This is lateral Zantetsuken. Dodge the puddles and go towards the safe side. Okay, there will be time to identify the safe side. Very nice. Another raid wide. Now shortly after this we'll be spreading out lightly. Okay, so spread out lightly. This is Lancing Bolt. Several players will be marked with an AoE. You just don't want to be in any overlapping regions. Okay, you can take one hit. Not so safe to take more than one. Now, Lancing Bolt leaves spears which must be burned down, so this is a light DPS check. Nice. Shortly afterwards, there will be another raid wide and an AoE puddle known as the Bruise BBD-TM. Okay, this is cloud to ground but with good DPS. As I mentioned earlier, we will simply skip it. Very nice. Treasure coffer up ahead. Remember to grab your treasure coffers. We'll be heading forwards to another hallway with more mobs, a trap somewhere in the hall, and we'll simply be dispatching the mobs in a systematic manner.
Cloud to ground, more like Raiden underground, because we killed him.
Give him
Right.
+1.
Yeah, give him one more.
You deserve that one.
I love that Tatsu is shouting across the instance at me.
Yeah, I think here over here on Materia, we tend to see slightly more aggressive pulls. Like there'll be multiple tanks pulling mobs, or maybe tanks pull multiple mobs all at once, which is perfectly fine. Just
If
note,
your tanks can handle it.
yeah, just note that the tanks actually are aware of what they're doing, so they are capable of pulling multiple mobs all at once. But if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are main tanking and you're not comfortable doing so, it's okay to take it slow. Yeah, it's okay to take it easier.
In fact, please do. You will get someone killed if you are flustered while tanking.
Nice. Sharp brand FL.
No, that was literally my death. I can't it and died. Can't even claim that one, even if you
Trap
wanted
coming
to.
up. Alright.
Yeah. Okay, another treasure coffer here with a gigantic trap at the side. Please be careful not to step in explosive traps. Okay, these will one-shot you. Large glowy trap circles will deal maximum damage. So please be careful not to step in them. Anyone around the trap itself when the trap goes off will also be taken out. So usually I give them a wide berth. Okay, now we'll see a hallway up ahead. In this hallway there will be 6 rooms, and what we're doing is we're going through the hallway dispatching all the mobs in the rooms first. Now within these 6 rooms there are 2 things that we're looking for, one of which is the treasure coffer. I think
Fire.
fire, right? Yep. So
Yeah.
Yukiko has mentioned that fire room has the treasure coffer. So we'll come back to the fire room after we've cleared out the hallway first. Now in one of these 6 rooms there's also an invisible teleport. Now it is invisible, so we cannot see it. To reveal it, we will need someone with perception to scan for the teleport. So hence we'll need to actually dispatch the mobs in the rooms systematically so that the perceptor can safely scan for the teleporter. In these rooms there will be mobs, so we don't rush blindly into them. Okay, hello, was dead. As well as there are traps in these rooms as well. So the ice and water room has 2 traps each. Thunder and wind room has 1 trap, and fire and earth rooms have no traps. Okay, for this initial set of 6 rooms. Okay, we're heading over to the fire room to dispatch the fire mobs and grab our treasure coffer in fire.
Be careful,
That
these ones
was-
do a very big donut.
Yeah, I think Dante got one-tapped by everything at once.
Wait, did Dante die? I
Dante
see.
did die. Yeah.
see.
So
What else is new?
they might be a bit loose. Tanks, be careful.
Please
Please pick them up.
Thank
Yeah.
I'm picking them up.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, yep. Trying to keep you
And I
up as
died.
well.
Oh well.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
All good, all good.
Depending on where portal is, sack cheese is an option.
Okay,
Get your
mobs.
coffer first.
Yep. Grab your treasure. It's in the corner of the fire room behind the pillar. Okay, and we're gonna just peel mobs in the other rooms. I think Ivy is downed, so Ivy just keep us informed of your respawn or death timer. Okay, in the meantime we'll try to dispatch mobs in the rooms. Usually the order is the treasure coffer room first. Afterwards it's followed up with the ice and water rooms, mainly because we want to reveal the traps in these rooms. Okay, meantime go ahead, pick one of the rooms. Oh, okay, understandable. Okay, I'll help pull the water ones then. No worries, we can take turns. Yeah, because Dante's in a solo party, right? So mega refreshing is an issue.
These ones have a big pizza, so just be careful.
It's really cool and
Pizza.
Mm.
Oh no! That caught someone.
Yeah.
If you happen to get your member proc, and if you have a spare one, do like put it on again. Death is always a single mechanic away in BA.
Okay, ice next.
These ones do a small pizza. I mean, you're getting big or small pizza, no matter what, so.
Ooh.
Yummy.
No portal in ice and or water.
Okay, we'll move on to thunder and wind next.
Wind.
Okay. Let's thunder first then.
That would be AV with Medusa Javelin.
New York style.
Watch out for the targeted AoEs by these mobs. There's one more there. It's in thunder.
That's
That's
okay for Sec Cheese, right?
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Center. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it should be okay.
Not bad, not bad.
Uh,
If someone knows what they're doing, at least.
I mean, if it's a Sage, then they can do the Icarus thing as
Yeah,
well.
I was gonna say like this
Yeah.
will be much easier for a sage.
So boss built different. Okay, sir.
I mean, yeah, Swift is definitely different.
Yeah. If you're in the hands of a vet, you're generally in good hands, so.
Well, if there's going to be a place to die, that was not the worst.
True. I mean, it's just good luck that it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Rooms, yeah.
Because there are more chances for the portal to spawn in the ice and water, which is why they start there. So.
I mean, it's a
Wait, is
twofold
that- is
reason,
that
right?
Oh.
correct? Is that true?
Yeah, I think Eric did the math or something.
I see.
So the portal percentiles are based on how many locations, not the room. So that and because those rooms have more location possibilities, there's a higher chance that it'll be in those rooms.
Understand. Watch the ghost, watch the ghost.
I got it already.
Yeah.
No, I have silence. Why? That's discrimination.
Advantage got it now.
You're probably busy, but Eric has just given you the breakdown in Lounge of his sample set.
Statistics, statistics.
Yeah.
I noticed he was recording.
So-
and
Treasure is basically evenly distributed because there's only one treasure spot per room, but because there are more portal spots in certain rooms, yeah, that's how it works out. It makes sense once you have the data, but like until you can prove it with data, it's yeah.
For everyone else who's not the main tank, you don't need to wander too far into the room. So let the Perceptors and the tanks do what they need to do.
Perceptors always get risk of a frog just walking over and bopping you on the head.
Yeah, so tanks, just be on the lookout. If you see something, turn and look.
Well, the healer in my party has reported that all their deaths are missing.
Shark.
This is
Quality
one of you
control.
two's fault.
Why is it
Shark.
that I get all the bad ones and then I... That's not how Shark Ran Death works. It works 100%
Oh, sure.
of the time, 10% of the time.
That sounds like a Spirit of the Remembered, actually.
Oh, it's the same person behind Spirit of the Remembered and
Shark Rents read, huh? I see.
Yeah, Shark Brand Spirit.
Time to branch out. Okay, sharing deep. I see.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Such
All
Eureka
right.
bond.
Yeah, that's
Bonding right there.
Okay, next hallway. So here we have another set of 6 rooms, another hallway with more mobs, and you will see that some party leaders are starting to yell out room elements. Now what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna trigger the support fate, which spawns the Tristitia fate outside in the Hydatos instance. Inside, we are gonna split up into 6 different groups or parties with at least 1 tank and ideally a healer per tank to try to tank and spank the mobs in each room. Now once all 6 rooms have at least 1 player standing in the button in the center of the room, all 6 doors will close and spawn 2 mobs in every room. The players within each room needs to dispatch the mobs before the doors will open, and once all 6 room doors or all 6 room mobs have been dispatched, the main doors allowing us to proceed onwards will open, and that will allow us to head on towards AV. Do note that there will be traps in each of these rooms. So for the second set of 6 rooms, there's 1 trap in every room, which is always overlapping the button in the middle. Okay, it's always intersecting with the button in the middle. So Perceptors, you can actually just scan the area near the middle, being very careful not to run straight down the center if you have not scanned it yet. Okay, other than that, each party will be yelling out rooms. Now for this section of BA, we may default to using shout chat, because if someone's in the fire and earth rooms and they are yelling, the players in the water and ice rooms will not hear them. So we may start to use shout chat just to organize ourselves for this particular section. Okay, Roger's taking earth, thank you. Radovan's party. Yeah, where should we go?
Right now, let me see.
Your party should have been called, I think.
Thank you. Yep. Just checking my party. We are doing thunder. Although my party has like 3 tanks now, so I think we're good. If you all need tanks, just let
Water?
us know.
Yeah,
Is it
I believe
water?
Dante and the tankless party should be in water.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have
Um,
more than enough tanks. 8 tanks.
yeah.
So we have spare tanks as well.
I was standing in the middle so that I could get yells if people were going to use it. But
That's
I am
nice.
now going to my room, so if you need to... I believe that is all the rooms. Oh, I didn't actually use triggers. I didn't ping in Discord for support.
That's fine. I think there's more than enough people out there as well, but we just need to remind them.
Some
that
people like to come in for
Oh, yeah,
the
I
crystals.
understand.
Yeah, so I'll do that now, and I will also go...
No worries. So just to explain, once we have triggered the support, once we have triggered the doors closing and the mobs spawning, basically the support fate outside pops as well. And this support fate gives 30 Hydatos crystals, which is very attractive to some players. Okay, this spell is ready as well, thank you.
So I'm waiting on water and ice. Ice is mine and just got the ready check done. Yep. And so it's waiting for water, which is the solo tank and the party associate. Water is also ready.
Okay,
Okay, so that's everyone ready.
thank you. We'll start at ET 2030, so 10 ET from now. Just step the tanks, turn on your stances, rotate your mega to defensive element, and step into the button in the center. Okay, the defensive element for your room will be the element of your room. So water room spawns water mobs, thunder room spawns thunder mobs, and so on and so forth. Okay, nothing really special, just dispatch the mobs one at a time if you can. If someone accidentally pulls the other mob, tank just grab it and just hold it. You should still survive with defensive essence, defensive wisdoms, as well as defensive magia. Okay, so just step in the buttons in the middle. We are starting off the support fit. Thanks. Thank you. Alright, we're doing booth. Oh yeah, one last thing to mention. If you clear the mobs in your room and the doors open, run to the front of the hallway and shout first if you are first. What does that do? Absolutely nothing.
It's just flexing EP.
Actually, I don't recall who started this in the first place.
Or it started in JP.
Yeah, I understand it started in GP. I've heard that some other DCs globally does it as well. Like we're not the only people who do it. So I think it's like yeah, and like Eric says, NAEU does it as well. So it probably might have been brought over from there or something along those lines. Yeah.
Oh, I just remember one of the JP runs, like all the regulars, like, you know, we do so much BA, we're so bored of BA, right? It's like they were just sprinting and running for their lives. Yeah, and I think it was Blue Water that was like, first!
I see. When you're really bored and you've done this like 100 times, you gotta find entertainment in doing the same content over and over again. Yeah, I mean, for those of you who noticed, this isn't exactly a very fair race. So some of the
it's
rooms
jigged from the start.
yeah, it's rigged. So some of the rooms have an easier time at it. But you know, it just makes it all the better when you win from water room or ice room.
Yeah, this is why you see nowadays people start calling rooms like from when we do the teleport, and it's like, no, not yet. Hello? Too early.
Oh, if I'm an org, I've had people call rooms because Materia is so undersized, right? Like everyone who wants to get in normally does get in. I've had people call rooms after OVNI, and I'm like, sure, I'll remember that, and I do, and then I give them the room. So
Wow, so good.
the
You're
power
actually paying
gamers.
attention to chat
I mean,
during OVNI.
it's-
That's what I'm more amazed at.
After OVNI, while we're waiting for
Yeah, I
portals,
know.
because like there.
I'm not paying attention to chat.
The reason we started doing that is because like party leads started not calling while we were there. So we were just like, no, we're allowing you to call whenever, depending on the host. We're allowing you to call whenever because we rather you call super early than not at all.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Okay, I understand. I've had it's like it's very difficult to organize a run when the players are
No
not
one is
cooperating.
communicating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Crickets.
trying to get people to take rooms and no one wants to say anything or step up.
Yeah.
And then you just have like parties like in the hallway wringing their hands like
Yeah.
where are we supposed to go? And I'm like, I don't know, you tell me. Like
Hold on a second. So while we are here, three very important mobs to look out for: the frog, which has died, the centaur, which is walking down the hallway in front of us, and the book, which is missing. So the book is actually hiding in one of the rooms, and this is why we point out these three specific ones, because they will walk up and down the corridor, and they will walk into a room and disappear for a while. So
Where is the book anyway?
So just be careful, because they will come out from one of the rooms, and sometimes if you're not paying attention and the tanks
There
are
it
not
is.
paying attention, they don't get picked up in time and they start killing people.
you know, I just realized why it makes sense. The book is often called a refrigerator and it was hiding in the ice room.
He gets another one for that, right?
Fair enough.
It's a weird book, by the way. It's got books. Okay, this is the designated bathroom / coffee tea rig for everyone here. So what's happening now is we're waiting for the support fit guys to come in. So this generally takes about anywhere from like 6 to 8 minutes or so. So we will just chill out for a little bit. It's a perfect time to go for a bathroom break, refill your coffee and tea. So do take note that you do not want to AFK for more than 7 to 8 minutes, because at 10 minutes of AFK time, the game kicks you out of the instance. So please be mindful not to AFK for too long. Okay, other than that, just go for a short bathroom break, and I will resume explanations at X21. Okay, X21 is 6 minutes from now. I will resume explanation. So let's rest for a short while.
Anyone who's still here, Toru is casting Protect Shell. You'd like to receive your defensive buff, please step to the back and yeah, get it, so that you don't get popped by AV's raid wides.
Alright, I'm back. So just for today's run, we have now at the support private segment of BA. I will be resuming explanations to the Alliance in about 2 minutes. So for now, I'm just chilling. Very nice to see such a massive turnout. Always encouraging to see people being interested and joining the content. Oh, it's quite a lot of people actually. Okay, welcome back everyone. It has been 5 to 6 minutes since the break started. Once again, just a gentle reminder, if you are here with us and you have been just AFK or just alternate tab doing other things, do be reminded to move your character ever so often. Okay, 10 minutes of AFK time and the game kicks you out of the instance. Okay, but you will generally get a reminder. There's a 5-minute warning, 7-minute warning, a 9-minute warning, and then the game kicks you out. So you get 3 reminders to move your character while waiting for support to join us. Okay, now, since the support folks are prepping their logograms and actions and making their way towards us, to save time, I will begin explanations for everyone who is already here. Now, from this point onwards, we are down to 2 boss fights, which is AV, okay, boss number 3, Absolute Virtue, also known as AV, which is the gigantic pink, purple, spear wielding
Thing.
I don't know what that is. Avatar.
Thing.
Yeah, thingy. Person.
Meteor enthusiast.
Actually, to be honest, I've never thought about it. Like, what is AV? No, I guess I'll just call it an avatar of the Voldigian Arsenal. Okay, so
Could be a butterfly.
I guess so, but it's the weirdest looking butterfly I've ever seen.
Have you seen butterflies?
Okay, anyway, moving on to a strange topic. So AV is the 3rd boss, and it is wind aspected, so you can actually rotate your Mega to the correct element. Okay, wind is defense, ice is offense. Now do note that in the AV fight, there may be some Mega rotation, so you'll be wise to rotate to the correct element. Now let your Mega recharge whilst I deliver the explanations. Now, the AV fight itself, and afterwards, so after AV, there's 2 trash mobs after, and the final fight, Osma, is after the 2 trash mobs. So there's literally 3 more encounters left. Now, 2 boss fights, both boss fights have enriched timers. So AV is 7 minutes and 30 seconds or so. Ozma, the final boss, is 10 minutes and 30 seconds. So for these fights, we actually try to encourage players to push DPS. Ideally, you should have prepared wisdom or some actions that will buff or pump more DPS. If for whatever reason you are using things like plate bearers or watcher or some strange wisdom, if you have a DPS wisdom, now is a good time to swap it out and bring some DPS for the fight itself. Now, having said this, if you are brand new, and either you just weren't fully prepared or just don't have any of these things because you couldn't afford it, or you tried your luck making them but they all broke, it's perfectly fine. to stay on defensive wisdoms. The main thing for new players is just to stay alive. Okay, try your best to stay alive. Dead DPS do no DPS. So your first prerogative is just to stay alive and try your best to survive through the fight. Okay, let the veterans deal with handling the DPS for the encounters up ahead. Now, having said this, AV's actual mechanics, there are a few mechanics, and there's really 3 things that you need to look out for. Okay, yes, I understand. It's taking a while. Okay, now the first one is IDOS, which will place bracelets and a halo above on AV's wrists and above its head. Okay, now these bracelets will have a light or dark color, and to resolve the mechanics that follow, you need to notice the color of the bracelets. Now for this fight, I will be doing short calls, so I will call them out as well. Okay, but if you want to resolve them yourself, you need to pay attention to the bracelet colors, and the general idea is to go to the opposite color. Okay, the opposite color is safe. Now the way IDOS manifests, there are 2 different ways. The first is puddles of light and dark colors will appear in the arena, and the dangerous color will expand. Okay, the dangerous color puddles will expand, and after a short while, all of them will explode. So, for as an example, let's say dark is the dangerous color. You will hear me say, move away from dark. Move away from dark puddles. Ideally, you want to look for a light puddle near the edge of the arena and stand beside it, or between 2 light colored puddles in the small little crevice formed between the 2 safe color puddles. Okay, those puddles will not expand, so it's okay to stand beside them. Now keep in mind, you cannot stand in them as well. If you stand in them, they will still explode afterwards, taking you out. So try your best to find the safe spots. Now if in doubt, you will see the bulk of players move to a few specific safe spots. Okay, you see a lot of players move to some spots. Generally, those spots will be safe. Okay, the safe spots are the same for everyone. So if you see a lot of players going to a specific spot, probably that is where the safe spot is. If you're unsure, you can just follow them. Okay, and this is IDOS with the puddles. Now the second mechanic is impact stream. Now impact stream, same thing. Dark color bracelets go to light color. If light color bracelets, go to dark color. Okay, AV will bisect the arena into 2 halves. You just need to be on the correct color. Okay, I will call this out for this fight. Just listen to the callouts and move quickly to the correct colored half. Okay, now last mechanic is Turbulent Aether. Now Turbulent Aether occurs is a personal mechanic that will mark 8 random players with an orb and tether, and if you are marked, you need to resolve that mechanic. Now this mechanic is important because the individual player is needs to resolve the mechanic, but failure to do so will blast everyone else around them. So the players resolving the mechanic has the opportunity, okay, quote unquote opportunity, to kill everyone else around them or severely damage them. So you need to pay attention to the mechanic and try to resolve it. Now, how to resolve this mechanic? If you are tethered with a light orb and tether, go to a dark circle or puddle in the arena and stand in it. If you are tethered with a dark orb and tether, go to a light puddle, okay, basically opposite color. Stand in the puddle of the opposite color, wait for the orb to touch you, it will explode, but because you're standing in the puddle of the opposite color, you mitigate the damage. Okay, and afterwards, the mechanic has been resolved. Okay, do note that the players who are tethered needs to drop DPS and do the mechanic. Okay, try to pay attention when the mechanic comes out. You will hear me say, check for tether, wait, and go. Okay, the wait is for you to wait for AV to telegraph a massive cleave known as Javelin.
Medusa Javelin.
Yeah,
Medusa
Javelin.
Javelin.
Sorry. So you need to wait for the Javelin to be telegraphed before running off. Okay, this is just to avoid situations where you run off and he points the Javelin at you and you get stuck in it. So just wait for the Javelin, telegraph appears, run off, do the mechanic as best as you can. Okay, the rest of the fights are pretty much red whites. There's tank busters. Now for this fight, Dante is our main tank. So Dante is the Dark Knight sitting at the front here. I will point them out. It will help you to mark Dante with a sign. Okay, so a cookie, a square, a triangle, something. Signs are party specific. So only your party, if you marked Dante, your party can see the sign. If some other party does not mark Dante, they cannot see a sign. So all parties help to mark the main tank with a sign. Tank busters in this fight are blasted towards the main tank, and it's a small little circle around the main tank. When I say tank buster, move away from main tank, everyone should try to move away from the main tank. Okay? Get away from the main tank. If you are near the main tank, you will get hit by the tank buster as well. Okay? Do understand that sometimes players will just run towards the main tank to share the tank buster with them. Ignore those players. Okay, they are just doing their own thing. Other than that, there will be some Wyvern ads in this fight. With good DPS, we might skip them, but if ads appear, I will call for DPS to burn the ads down. Okay, Wyvern ads are thunder aspected, so you need to rotate your Magia to earth, burn the ads down, and then rotate back to ice to continue to burn AV. Okay, but you will hear me call this out in this fight. Okay, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We'll do a ready check at this point of time. So ready check for all parties.
If you haven't gotten your pro shell yet, Toru has been handing them out towards the back. Please go and get it. It helps you survive some of the stuff. I've been asked for a slightly longer pull time to allow for bravery, and for everyone once they're ready to also spread out a bit once the pull time has been called, so that it will be easier for the bravery people to apply it.
All right, no problem. So for all party members, all parties, if there's anyone who's not ready, just let us know. Okay. Otherwise, if you are ready and you're here, step forwards beyond the purple line. Okay, step into the arena so that we know that you are ready. We will be starting at ET 0430. Okay, so 0430, 1 minute and 30 seconds from now, will be the pull time for this boss fight. Okay, do your usual checks. Tanks, only the main tank should have stuns on. All other tanks should have stances off. Magia board check. Okay, AV once again is wind expected. Make sure you're on the correct element. Food check. Okay, food works in this fight. If your food has dropped off because of the break and the extended explanation time, use a new food. Limit break at 0428 for LB2, 0429 for LB1. Okay, ranged or caster LB only. Again, just listen to the callouts and we'll try our best to resolve this, to get through this. Yeah, Feint is a skill that is used to negate wind mob's innate evasion, but if you have Spirit of the Remembered, okay, and if you mouse over it, just be careful not to click it off. It gives you increased accuracy, which negates the evasion from wind aspected mobs. If there are players without Spirit, then they will start to find that their attacks will miss the target, which is really annoying for certain classes. Okay, now LB2, LB1. Okay, and just try our best to listen to callouts. Red, white. First mechanic is dark puddles will expand, move away from dark puddles. Now the first time he does this, there's only single colored puddles. Subsequent casts will have multiple colored puddles. Come close to AV, come close to AV. He follows it up with Medusa Javelin, which is this large conal javelin attack. Okay, staying close to AV in this fight helps you get out of the cone attacks. Go to light, go to light. This is impact stream, stay on the light path. Once again, staying close to AV in this fight allows you to quickly cross over to the correct path. Tank buster on main tank, move away from main tank.
Or give them a hug.
Don't learn bad things.
Don't from those people.
Yeah, don't DC monkey dude and learn bad things. Okay, now dark puddles away from dark puddles. more red whites, and then turbulent ether afterwards. Okay, there will be turbulent ether soon, which is the tether mechanic. Remember to check for tethers and wait for the javelin to appear first. Now check if you have a tether, wait for the javelin, telegraph and go. Okay, you have a tether, resolve your mechanic. Tank buster incoming, away from main tank, away from main tank. Nice. Again, come back to your party for shields and heals. Red white incoming. One more red white, and shortly after this, AV will become untargetable and jump away. There will be 3 impact streams, one after another. During this phase of the fight, just focus on staying alive. You can rotate Mega to defensive, which is wind, heal, shield, and use some mitigations. This is light, go to light. Next 2 will be dark, go to dark. Remember to heal through this. Okay, and dark once more. Now, shortly after this, pop sprint, run away from the proximity in the middle and come back into the center after AV lands. Okay, you want to go far and go back in. He follows up with a Medusa Javelin. Finally, remember to rotate your Mega back to offensive and move away from the main tank. He follows it up with another Tank Buster. More red whites. Now ads are coming up, so get ready for ads. We'll need to burn the ads down. Turbulent Ether, check for tethers, wait for the javelin and go. Okay, if you have tether, do your tethers first. No tether, resolve. Burn the ads. Okay, and tank buster on main tank as well. Watch out for the main tank. Okay, ads are dead, thank you very much. Tank has resolved tank buster and all the tethers have been resolved. Thank you. Not much left, just burn the boss down and we are done. Nice. Okay, there's a treasure coffer up ahead. Remember to pick up your treasure coffer first if there are any dead players around. Okay, now just something to mention for healers. If you're gonna res or sacrifice dead players, an unofficial etiquette that we try to adopt is to target the dead player and yell out that you are resing or sacrificing them. Okay, this is just to avoid situations where multiple healers attempt to sacrifice the same player at the same time, or they both crack open sacrifice and there's only one target to use it on. Okay, other than that, not much else to say. Moving onwards, there'll be 2 trash mobs at the top of this stairwell or staircase. These mobs are meant for us to build our gauges, so do not go ham on these mobs. Use them as DPS batteries to build whatever gauge that you have. Okay, samurai, stickers, ninja, bavra, kavra gauges, red mage, black and white mana, okay, etc, etc. Use them to build your gauge. Okay, don't and especially do not death L them. Now they will actually cast a skill called on the properties of darkness, which needs to be interrupted with a stun. Okay, but as a tank, usually one of the multiple tanks will be here to stun the cast.
Shield bash.
Paladin's shield bash, best skill.
Just hold your GCD for it, right? After you hit it a couple of times.
Yeah, that's the plan. Sleep or stun works as well, yeah, to be fair. And I think paralyze works as well.
Yeah. Although most people won't have paralyzed by this point anymore, because we're past AV, right?
Okay, welcome to Ozma, the final fight in the Baldesian Arsenal. Okay, all the cutscene enjoyers at the back here. Okay, quite a few. Okay, now, welcome to Ozma. I will begin explanations because this is gonna take a while. So, if it's your first time here, now first things first, if you need a refresh on the shell and protect, go to the rear of this bridge. The person casting shell / protect will be at the rear. Okay, what we usually do here on Materia is to form a line, get your shell and protect, bow or say thank you for to the person casting it, and step out of the line so that it's easier for them to identify who needs shell and protect. Okay, instead of having to click on everyone and cast it on everyone, just form a line, get your shell protect, step out of the line, next person step forward to get shell and protect. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is while this is being done, okay, I'll begin explanations for Ozma. Now for the Ozma fight, okay, this is the final fight in the Baldesian Arsenal, and you need to clear this fight to get your achievement and shiny wall mount. Now the fight itself, we will be splitting our alliance into 3 groups. If you look at the Ozma platform, okay, we are being very careful not to step on the shiny glowy button at the front of this bridge. You can see that the Ozma platform is a ring with 3 rectangular shaped platforms, one on the east, one on the west, and one on the south. Okay, we need to split our alliance into 3 groups with 1 main tank per platform, east, west, and south. Okay, usually this means that 3 parties will be MT east, west, and south. Okay, you will see the parties shouting or yelling out in the chat. Okay, and our organizer will help to assign these parties to different platforms. If there are more than 3 parties, okay, in this case we actually have 6 to 7 parties. Okay, actually 7 because a support party came in. So any additional parties beyond the first 3 will pick a ST party. Okay, so in this case, for example, Tatsu's party is ST Pain Flare, means Tatsu's party is going to be on the east platform, and they are the ST party, or support tank or sub tank party. And also they are doing the Pain Flare mechanic. Now Pain Flare is usually prioritized by the support party. The ST party usually handles Pain Flare, but if the main tank party wants to do it, or if the support party cannot do it, the main tank party can also deal with it as well. A healer takes Pain Flare. Okay, for the purposes of this run, I will not go into details on what is Pain Flare, what is main tank duties, all this. Okay, I will just explain the mechanics that everyone needs to know. Okay, especially if it's your first time here, you just need to focus on these. Okay, now main Ozma mechanics. There are really 3 mechanics you need to look out for, and I will go through these in sequence, in order of priority, most important to not so important, but they're all important. Mechanic number 1 is meteors. Now meteors will happen during the triangle and spiked ball form of Ozma, and what happens is that 2 players per platform gets marked with a massively huge AoE marker. You cannot miss it. It's friggin' huge. It covers the entire platform. Now the problem is that 2 randomly selected players per platform is marked. So when the meteors come out, you need to stop whatever you're doing and figure out if you are the meteor marked player. If you are the meteor marked player, you need to drop the meteor, one at the rear right corner of the platform, the other one to the left in the clockwise direction onto the ring shaped platform. There is a button on the ring platform. Later, once we jump down onto the Ozma platform, all parties will assist your party members by placing 2 waymarks on your platform. One is at the rear right corner, the other is on the left. These waymarks show you where you will place the meteors if you get it. Okay, this is important because meteors, if misplaced, wipes out everyone on that platform. Okay, if 2 meteors are dropped in the center of the platform, everyone on that platform dies, which snowballs into a wipe. Okay, so try your best to pay attention during the meteors, the meteor mechanic, and try to adjust. Now we do not know who gets the meteors. One player will go to the back, one player will go to the clockwise direction. Try your best to adjust. Okay, in a pinch, if you both do the left right thingy, where you both go to the left, then you both go to the rear, and you both go to the left again. Just try to keep them apart. Okay, don't drop the meteors on the same spot and try to move them as far away from the party as possible. Okay, but if that happens, then generally speaking, the shit has already hit the fan, and we need to go into collateral damage control mode afterwards. Okay, now next mechanic is acceleration bombs. Now acceleration bombs happen during the triangle form of the Osma fight, and a number of randomly targeted players will be marked with an Excel bomb debuff. Now this debuff will count down. When it hits 5 seconds or less, you gotta stop moving, stop attacking, don't do anything. If you do something, it detonates, shaving away your health and everyone around you down to 10%. Okay, everyone drops to 10% HP. Try to stop moving, don't attack, don't cast, don't move, as the dice counts down to 0. If you do this, nothing happens, the debuff drops off, mechanic has been resolved. Okay, this is the second mechanic you need to resolve, Excel bombs. Try your best to pay attention to it. Okay, now the final mechanic is black hole. Now, every time Osma changes into a sphere form, you will hear me say black hole, get to your button. Everyone needs to be on a button, and all buttons need to have someone on it. Okay, so there will be 6 buttons in the arena, 1 on your platform and 1 to the left in the clockwise direction. You need to be on a button, and everyone, all 6 buttons must be accounted for. Now if you're new and it's your first time here, just go to the nearest button, the one on your platform. Just be on a button, any button. Generally speaking, we let the ranged DPS and casters go to the clockwise button because they don't lose uptime as they are running to it. Okay, but generally speaking, just go to any button. You must be on a button to resist the black hole. Now if black hole goes off and you are not on a button or you are dead, then you cannot do the mechanic and you will get ejected into Hydatos. Unfortunately, if that does happen, your run is over. Okay, so this is the black hole mechanic. It will happen every time Osma changes back into a sphere form. Last but not least, there's a couple of knockbacks in this fight. Okay, there's 2 types of knockbacks. One is the shooting star, which is a radial knockback. I will call out to get knocked to the front or get knocked to the rear. The other one is the holy knockback, which happens during the square form. It will push you away from the center towards the outer edges of the Osma arena. When I say incoming knockback, always be sure to stay closer to the front. Okay, ever so slightly closer to the front. You may hear callouts that ask you to go to the rear, incoming knockback. This means you need to go to the back of the platform, but do not be at the very edge of the back of the platform. Otherwise, you'll get punted off the platform and fall to your death. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the Osma explanations. Okay, if there's any pressing questions at this point of time, this is the best time to ask. Okay, because once we get started, you won't have time to stop and ask questions midway through the fight. Okay, as well as every player here needs to understand the mechanics for this fight. Osma is a bit punishing in the sense that if one player messes it up, it can snowball and lead to a red wipe slowly over time. So we try to make sure that everyone understands what they need to do. Okay, and fingers crossed, everything should be fine. Okay, other than that, we will do ready checks at this point of time. Okay, ready check. And once we get the go-ahead from the organizers, we will carefully start to hop down to the platform itself, being careful that once you are down onto the platform, you do not fall off the platform because you actually die, and you do not target Osma, because if someone early pulls Osma, the fight starts instantly and Osma opens up with tank busters on three random players. Hopefully or ideally it's the tank. Okay, so main tanks, the moment you jump down, be ready to start the fight at any point of time. Okay, in fact, if anyone's down onto the Osma platform, be ready to start, because sometimes early pulls do accidentally happen. Okay, other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yep. The organization on platforms is basically done. We have 3 on south, 2 on the other 2 platforms, west and east.
Thank you.
I believe our indoms might still be off, but they'll make it back before we get through pull time and all that. We haven't even set that yet. That's fine. Our bravery casters have again asked us to stand a bit apart and for a bit of bravery time so that they can run around and give everyone a bit more juice.
Okay lah. So I guess at this point of time, all players will carefully start to hit downwards. Do not fall off the platform. Do not target Ozma. Party members help to place waymarks for your party. If you do not see a waymark to show you where to place the meteors, kindly ask your party members to help to place them. Okay,
And if your party doesn't know where to place them, let us know,
Yep.
and we can jump in spot to tell you where.
Exactly. Okay. That's correct. Okay, so I think I'm gonna set a start time. I'm gonna give it slightly longer, so 11, okay, ET 11, 20. Is the Indom guys here yet? Okay, let's just give them a-
That'll be enough time. Like the amount of time it takes for bravery will be enough for them to get back, but I will also check.
Yep, I'll just set it to slightly longer as well. So ET 11:20, just in case they're still running up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's about 2 minutes. Oh, okay. I hope you last long enough. Okay, thanks. Okay lah. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, just be ready for the fight now. Ozma is Thunder aspected, and there's no mega rotation in this fight. So rotate to the correct element, and you'll be on it for the entire fight. You do your usual checks, food checks, and the fight is 10 minutes and 30 seconds long at its peak. Okay, the maximum is 10:30. Okay, make sure you have enough food to last for at least 7 to 8 minutes, or best is just the full 10 minutes. Stunts for tanks. Main tank stances on, all other tanks stance off unless you need to take enmity mid-fight. LB2 at 1118, LB1 at 1119 range, caster or melee LB. Okay, but if you are melee, please remember, do not touch the ball. Okay, do not touch Ozma's hitbox. BBD's pro tip number 69, do not touch the ball. Okay, if you are not confident in doing melee LB, let the ranged or casters do it instead. Okay, final pro tip, BBD's pro tip number 67. If this is your first time here and the music is making you nervous, you can turn off the BGM, okay, /BGM space 0, or just go to the system config and turn off the background music. Okay, the music tends to make people nervous if it's their first time here. Okay, other than that, just breathe in, deep breath, breathe out. Okay, if we stay cool, everything will be fine. We will be starting soon. LB2, fire off. LB1, and we will begin.
Yeah, I didn't know if you noticed what you did. But
I know, I saw. That's fine. Okay, now the Ozma opens with tank buster like auto attacks on the main tanks, so keep the main tanks alive. Go to the rear, Spike ball form. We are all gonna stay stacked and move forwards together as a group. The spike ball form does shed split damage auto attacks that must be shared. If you take it by yourself, you're gonna die. Incoming radial knockback pattern. Get punted to the front. Arm's length and sheer cast also works. And continue to stay stacked. If you fall off the platform, you will respawn on the south platform if Spirit of the Remembered procs. Try to find an opportunity to go back to your own platforms. Black hole number 1. Everyone to a button, everyone to a button. All 6 buttons must be accounted for. Once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button for more uptime. Movement mechanic. You'll be moving to the rear. Go to the rear. double movement mechanic. Get off the platform, get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Afterwards, go to the rear. Go to the rear now. Spike ball form. Staying stacked, move forwards together as a group. Incoming meteors. Get ready for meteors. Meteors, go. Meteors, go. Try to adjust. Place your meteors and come back to the party for shields.
South platform LB3.
Knock back to the front and burn ads. All good, looks good. Continue to stay stacked. Movement mechanic. Knock back to the rear. Knock back to the rear. Wait for the donut AoE. Wait. Okay, and continue to stay stacked. Black hole 2 soon. Black hole 2. Everyone to a button. Everyone to a button. All 6 buttons must be accounted for. Goodbye, fruit. I salute you.
Bye. If you get pulled out, don't leave your party. Keep their LB3 up.
Movement.
Shade.
Get off the platform, get off the platform. Main tanks get off last. Going to the front afterwards. Go to the front now. Cube form. Staying stacked to the front left. Tanks bait lasers and pop orbs. Do not click the tanks with the stack marker. Incoming knockback. Continue to bait lasers away from the party. Okay, this is cube form. Best time to DPS. Movement mechanic. We'll be moving to the rear. Small incoming knockback. Go to the rear, but not to the very edge. Continue to bait lasers away from the party. Very nice. Black hole 3 soon. Black hole 3. Everyone to a button, everyone to a button. All 6 buttons must be accounted for. Once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. Movement mechanic. Stay to the front, stay to the front. Get off the platform afterwards, get off the platform now. Triangle form, meteors and excel bombs, get ready. Bait pin, meteors go, try to adjust. Place the meteors and come back to your parties for shields and heals. Burn adds, bait pin. Movement mechanic. Stay to the front, stay to the front. Excel bombs have gone out, check for Excel bombs. Continue to bait pin. Nice. Black hole 4 or you 3. I've lost count.
3.
Thank you. But I mean, we're done after this one, it's okay. Okay, you can just flashbang or just fire off the LB. We're pretty much done. Good job, guys. you did.
I sacked. I sacked.
Such a noble sacrifice for dinner. Okay, congrats everyone. First time clearers, you gotta yeet yourself off the platform into the toilet bowl that is where Ozma once was. Congrats.
The soup.
Soup? What soup?
The soup.
For healers who are planning to use your sacrifice on both Hell and I, you can jump off the platform at around 3 seconds remaining of your doom timer. Then you won't die.
I mean,
If you don't want to learn that timing, you can also just return, and then we'll pick you up at the base camp.
Yeah, but grab your treasure coffer first. Don't forget.
Yeah,
to
definitely
grab
grab treasure coffer first.
Okay, for those who have cleared, congrats. We'll be taking screenshots on the south platform facing away from the exit portal. For first time clearers, okay, remember to grab your treasure coffer. The achievement ball mount is the ball mount is in your achievements menu, but you need to exit the instance to get it. However, if it's your first time clearing, you should use the exit portal here to travel through and talk to the NPC on the other side. They will conclude your quest line through the Baldesian Arsenal. And yes, you need to jump off the platform if you haven't already done so. If it's your first time here, it's a necessary sacrifice for good luck on future clears. Okay, other than that, I think that's it from for today's session. We will be running more BA runs. I think tomorrow there's another one at the same time, and for those who didn't manage to get in today or didn't manage to clear, unfortunately, okay, there will be more BA runs, so don't fret it too much. If you have joined us for the entirety of today's run, you are more than ready to join future BA runs as well. If you have any questions with regards to anything at all, regarding BA and or Eureka, okay, things like, I want to play tank, I want to play healer, I want to bring more DPS, what action should I bring, things like that, feel free to ask them in our Discord. Okay, the Eureka questions channel is where all such questions go to. Okay, there's a lot of Eureka vets in our Discord who are more than happy to help answer questions that you may have. Okay, the Eureka Lounge channels for chatter and a DGen chat, feel free to join us as well. Okay, and I'd like to thank all the organizers who have been organizing this spit of events for this couple of weeks. So thanks so much, guys. You are the ones making this happen. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for today's session. It's dinner time for me, so I'm gonna hop off soon. Congrats once again for everyone who has cleared. Look out for more events. Tomorrow there's another BA run, and there's always more BA runs going on throughout the weeks as well. Okay, I think every week there's at least 2. In the couple of weeks before this event started, they were doing 1 a day every day, so there's quite a lot of BA.
It was a month. It was over a month.
Yeah, exactly, right. So
yeah, it was like February 13th until like March, until basically the start of this event.
I see. And then once they open global, we can just like keep going every day, right? So maybe the plan is just to ask all the other Discords, like, hey, do you want to host BA on like every alternate Tuesday or something?
Monday is NA, Tuesday is EU, and you just keep going around the world like that.
I know, right? Then we can just have BA every day, multiple BAs every day. In fact, sometimes some in the afternoon, some in the night, some in the evening. We'll see. We'll see how it goes after the upcoming 24-hour session. Okay.
Yeah.
Look forward to
I mean, I can't imagine they'll want to come over all the time because NA ping to Oceania is not going to be fun for them, Yeah. Like JP to here won't be horrible, but like people already notice that. There's a reason the NA players like don't always stick around when they came over.
That's true. I guess that's true. But we'll see. Hopefully.
For the people who weren't here for yesterday's Team BA, there is an announcement that we will also be hosting a 24-hour BA next week on the 30th of March. And it will also be held in conjunction with about 10 or more Discord groups from both NA and EU, as well as JPDC. So if you do have the time, obviously, because it's 24 hours, so you can come and hop in for maybe 1 or 2 runs or to have your feel and see how different everything is.
It's an eye-opening. It'll be an eye-opening experience.
Yeah, I've never seen any of that stuff like in person. I've seen like videos and stuff. So it's gonna be fun. Thank you, Shark.
Be prepared for different strats though, so don't just
Yeah.
revert to muscle memory, please.
I'm so looking forward to meteors.
Just assert dominance to the back because one of it is always gonna be to the back, right? So just
Stack
assert-
those
If you-
meteors.
if you take the back one, you're safe, right?
Yeah, you can't be wrong with the back one, right? Then just let the other guy adjust.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I got to the back. Then you look to your right or to your left, and you go, well, there's another person here, because you picked the different back one.
Yeah, I still don't know if that actually works. Like, is it possible to
No,
prompt 2
I-
meteors at the back? But I think it's
No,
not.
they will overlap,
No.
and then they
Yeah,
will give
that's-
you a
that's-
damage
yeah,
down, and
that's
their
considered
range
overlap.
is a lot
Let's see.
larger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the maximum width of the platform is not enough.
Like if you have one at the front, one at the back, they might still overlap.
One at the front, one at the back is really far though.
I mean, you can try.
We'll
We can
test
go
it.
into
Yeah,
Mahash
yeah.
and try.
We'll test it some other time. We'll test, like one day we'll try. One day we'll test, or maybe ask Eric to test. That's what Eric's here for.
Just offset your delegate out your work.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
offload all
This is what Shark does, guys. He just throws ideas and makes us do work.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the time! I have to go eat it.
But yes, I'm glad we managed to get sort of a pseudo learning run experience in this month, despite it not being run.
Yeah. I mean, yes, because of the anniversary events, I'm not hosting one this month, so this doubles up as.
This
the
is it.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it. Congrats. Okay, I really need to go for dinner now. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks organizers, Fruit, Tatsu, PPD, Eric, and all Iona as well, and all the other organizers who have helped with the not just today's events but all the other events as well. Okay, look forward for more events in. I think tomorrow's the last. Is it the last day, right? And there'll be
Yes.
Of the
another-
anniversary
yeah,
stuff.
for the
Yeah.
anniversary stuff. But I think there's gonna be another, like there'll be more announcements for future events. So do look forward for those in our Discord. Grab the role pings if you need to. Can just join us as we do more content. Okay, Eureka, BA, and or otherwise. Okay, in our Discord, and feel free to just say hi along the way as well. Okay, we're all one big community here over on Material, so don't feel shy to just say hi. All right. That's
And
it.
we're all degens, especially in Eureka chat.
Whoa, don't
Anyway.
tell them that at the start. But yeah, so thanks very much for coming, everyone. I'll see you guys around at the next BA run. Bye bye now.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Right, so that was it for today's session of today's BA run. Say bye bye to party member. Pretty successful, I would say. It's just the usual. I'll consider it's like the usual BA for me. I've done quite a lot of BAs already, so nothing really different or special here. Having said that, it was fun as always. Quite a lot of people. I mean, okay, like it was like 56 players, so it's a full BA run. So it's like there's no you cannot get any higher than that. So I'd say overall it's a success with regards to getting more players into this specific content type. So very good, very nice to see. And I hope that we can carry this forwards in our future runs here, the upcoming weeks. Next Monday we'll see like the opening of the MATERIA data center to everyone in the world. So we'll start to see Voyagers. Okay, we call them Voyagers because that's their official title. Okay, I think World to World is known as Wanderers. Okay, World to World within your own DC is Wanderer. Within DCs in your data cluster or region is known as travelers, and now from different DCs from different region or data classes are called voyagers. So we have different titles for each of these. So the voyagers are the players who are coming from, let's say, NA or EU, or even the JP data center, which is where my main is on. Okay, so if I travel over here to Materia, I'll be known as a voyager as well. Okay, but we'll expect to see more players flock into Materia in the upcoming week ahead. So quite exciting. At the same time, there's like some apprehension about things like different strategies and conflicts in culture and things like this. I'm not too worried, to be really honest. Like, this isn't the first time that we SE has opened the doors, so to speak, for like players from different cultures to intermingle. So it's not a very big deal. Like, we already have seen players from NA who have come over to Materia, and over time it tends to we'll like get along together after a while. So I'm not too worried about it. Generally speaking, whatever conflicts that we may have at the initial phase, we will work it out together. Yeah, and we will tend to push through. We will tend to like work together as a community to all get along eventually. So I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I'm more excited about things like what kind of events we're going to host in future. Okay, busy times up ahead. So the BA run, the 24 hours BA run is something that we're planning. So that's just the first, that's just one of the events that we are hosting. Okay, but I'm also looking to do other things as well. Okay, maybe host some DRS runs, as well as some other content types that I myself am interested in. Okay, primarily like things like Criterion dungeons, deep dungeon dives, okay, things like this. So we are sort of like we are able to expand to a global player base, okay, with the opening of the Materia data center. Okay, and us being over here on the Content Achievers Discord, which is where a large number of the Materia player base reside, puts us in a slightly better position to leverage this as well, because we are already here, right? Like, our players are already here, so we're the ones running the content here as well. So we'll look forward to it. I'm not really certain what the future holds right now. I can't predict how things will turn out. Okay, there's a couple of initial hurdles that we need to get through. Okay, primarily I think like time zones, ping issues, the odd culture clash and bad egg or rotten apple will inevitably appear lah. Okay, but that's nothing new. It's not like just because we open up then there's like bad actors and people who like to cause trouble. They are already here. There's already people like this here and there, so it's nothing new. Okay, but we will work through it as we always do. Okay, so that's pretty much it from me for today. Okay, I think for today there won't be any other streams. Today is just the BA run. Tomorrow there's gonna be another Mount Rockon stream from me. Okay, I'm running AMR with Kelly, Gallant, and Space Dog once again. Okay, boss 2, hopefully we can clear it, get to boss 3 for once, and make some progress. There will also be a BA run tomorrow at 5 PM plus 8 GMT, 8 PM plus 11 GMT, which I will be hoping to catch once I'm done with the AMR run tomorrow. Okay, other than that, I think that's it from me for today. So I'm going to hop off for dinner. I may be playing a little bit of Helldivers 2 later on, but that'll be after dinner in a couple of hours. Okay, if I do, I might just do a local stream on my Discord. Okay, just to stream it for other people to watch. Okay, well, other than that, I think that's it from me for today. Hope you guys enjoy the content. As you always, if you have any feedback, comment, or suggestions, okay, anything you want to ask, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Okay, if you enjoy my content, as always, just like and subscribe to it so you'll be alerted of when my streams go live. Okay, I do have a fixed schedule, but I also do run pop-up streams like this one here today. Okay, whenever there are events and or certain events lah. Okay, I'll just call them events. Okay, whenever I'm running certain events or joining certain events, I may also choose to host it or stream it just for just to share it with you guys as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it from me for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys around. So have a good weekend and evening, and bye bye now.